high school football action on a Saturday night from the fabulous Clearport Valley pits two of the top teams in our small school area together as Hillsdale and Lucas meet for the second time in as many years for the right to get a victory here in week 2. It's live and free and exclusively on the OH Report, and it's streaming right into the palm of your hand on tablets, TVs, PCs, smartphones, and wherever internet can be found. And guess what? It's all on the way. Next.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
What's up, America? Brian Skowronski here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report. Welcome back to the fabulous Clear Fork Valley, where Lucas and Hillsdale are just about set to tango in week 2 of the high school football season, closing it out in style with a fun matchup. I'm Skowronski alongside Travis Berardi, and this is the Kelly's Dairy Bar and Miniature Golf pregame show. Glad that we got this matchup because it was such a good game last year. Came down to Hillsdale scoring a touchdown at the very end, and then Corbin Toms breaking up the tying 2-point conversion, 14-12. Lucas survives with a big win. So both of these teams, I think, pretty excited to get a shot at one another again.
Yeah, absolutely. But as you can see, we're here at the Colt Corral in Belleville because of a very dumb act that happened overnight. Lucas's field vandalized. Somebody on a UTV just completely did donuts at the 50-yard line many times, put big ruts into the field, and, it was just unplayable. So we're down here. Thankfully, Jess Brocon, everybody at Clear Fork, worked with Taylor Eisman to get this game here. So we're still going to get it on, but, it's just dumb that we're going to have to be playing here instead of at Lucas, because I was looking forward to being up in the tree house.
And I will, at the start of the second quarter, be posting a fundraiser link. We're trying to raise at least $500 tonight for anybody who wants to contribute. I am going to be the first. I'm going to send $50 to the Lucas Athletic Department for what's going to be a pretty big cost for them, getting their brand new, beautiful grass surface restructured. But enough about that. Let's talk about the game and how much fun this one is about to be. Let's look at first the player spotlight for Lucas, or the team spotlight for Hillsdale, rather. Talking about a team that perennial playoff power, Trevor Klein, excellent coach, and they're looking, obviously, to get back in the postseason one more time again this year. A win over Lucas really propels you into that stratosphere.
We always talk about Lucas and their long streak of playoff appearances. Well, Hillsdale, they've gone to 6 straight as well, and they've won. They're 6-6. Only one year, the first year in this streak, that they did not win a playoff game in that year. 7-5 last year, made it to the second round, lost to that Mogador team that Lucas beat in the regular season. But they're up to D7 Region 25 this year, and like you said, they are 1-0 after a big win against Black River.
Difference for Lucas coming off of a loss, of course, against Clear Fork, the team who was hosting tonight's game. But this is a squad looking for a 9th consecutive playoff appearance. So for these two small schools in our area, they are the cream of the crop. They prove it year after year. Scott Spittler, what he's been able to do with the culture of this club, it's just brought so much winning and success to a program that was awful for a while.
Yeah, and at the bottom of the screen, that loss in week 1 to Clear Fork, their first week 1 loss since 2014. Woo. That's crazy, and I think that's the last time they were under 500 as well, was week 1 of 2014. But, that just tells you it. And I said this on the podcast, on the Friday Night Pigskin, that if there's anything as a bad loss or a good loss, it would be that Clear Fork game. You took one of the better teams in the area down to the wire and ended up pulling it off at the end. But it should give you at least some momentum saying, hey, we can stick with anybody here for the Lucas Cubs. And now they just want to get, win number 1 under their belts.
Cubs won the toss, elected to defer. They are going to kick it away to Hillsdale, who have so many burners, Travis. I thought it was great when I asked Trevor Klein before the game, who would you say in the receiving game is some of the guys? No, I said the guy that you're looking to, and he gave me 5 names. So he couldn't just pinpoint one dude. They've definitely got a special emerging talent in Jack Fickus, the junior, who's back to return. And then the guy that pretty much everybody knows around here, Max Vesber. He's been doing it for a long time. He's well respected in the classroom, around the community, and certainly on the football field. And here is Fickus with the return, starting with the ball from his own 5. Looking to cut back, but not gonna happen as he gets swallowed up at about the 18-yard line. And here is the starting offense for the Hillsdale Falcons with Jake Haverstock running the show. And that's a guy that didn't win the starting job in the preseason last year, but as he got his opportunities due to injury, he kind of emerged as the dude for this Hillsdale club. And he certainly has command of this offense in year 2.
Yeah, he had a great rest of the year last year. You'll see more in the player spotlight here coming up in a little bit, but he can do it all. He can run, he can pass, kind of like something that Victor Skoog did against the Colts, against the Cubs last week, but I think he can pass just a little bit better. Ball's out!
It is loose. Cubs have it for now. No, wow. I take that back. It looked like somehow, some way, David Ritchie was able to dive on top of it.
Yeah, I looked over to you, looked back, and immediately a ball was out. It looked like there were 3 Cubs around there, but the ball kind of pinballed around right here, and yeah, somehow just able to dive on it.
It was like 3 Cubs all went to dive onto the football, slip and slide style, and it just squirted out of there. Big break here for the Falcons as they retain the football, but now facing a 2nd and 18 situation.
Ooh.
Nice pitch at the last moment. And a big play, getting a lot of those yards back here as Braylon Jarvis with a gain out to about the 23-yard line.
That was a nice, I faked out. I thought the original up back was the one that got stuck, but no. Got it outside and gets back about, 8 yards out of what looked like was going to be a loss.
So 3rd down manageable now at this point after the huge rushing gain on 2nd. And a big play, I think, on both sides here, just to always establish some confidence. If you're the offense, it's great to get a 1st down on your opening drive. You can really loosen up. And for the D, oh, baby, you want to get off that field in just 3 plays. Overstock to the air. Looked left, flush right,
wow.
Throws it up. He's got his man. It's Fickus. Jack all the way across midfield into enemy territory.
That was a broken play.
All set up by the legs of Haverstock. And then Fickus, the presence of mind, that's what you want from your wide receivers. And probably why Trevor Klein couldn't just pick one dude as to who was going to be the biggest threat in the receiving game to go ahead and run deep. When you see your quarterback scrambling and they get out of the pocket, Trav, that's what you want.
Yeah, and, Fickus, just the mindset, saw there was nobody ahead of him, uses that speed. These baseball players are the players that you're watching from Hillsdale because they have that speed that we saw in the highlights that we gave them, but using it to their advantage and good mindset to get downfield into open space to break that up.
Creative play call on 1st down. It's Vesper with his first touch of the night. And they're going to try to manufacture different ways to put him in positions where he can get the football in his hands. He's such a speedster and great vision when he can get loose in the open field.
And you get multiple running backs, and you also have, the quarterback that can also run it. So Lucas has to, they have to keep their eyes on the ball because it's kind of like what Lucas runs. There's multiple running backs.
This time it's Bo Moody straight ahead. Hit initially, able to barrel forward for a couple of more yards, so it'll be 3rd down. Falcons going to need about 2 yards here to keep the chain gang on the move.
But that's what you want to do against a defense like Lucas. You want to make it manageable on 3rd down. Even if you get 2-3 yards on 1st and 2nd, if it's within 3 yards for 3rd down, you at least have a chance. Because with this Lucas defense, if you're into a 3rd and longer, 3rd and mid, 3rd and long, typically you don't get it.
Cubs come out with 4 down linemen. Stacking the box, 7 dudes in there, man in motion. Into the teeth of the defense. Looks like Moody's got enough for a 1st down. Officials agree.
Yeah, look at the second effort after the original contact. You're going to see it right here. He's able to kind of spin off and lean ahead to get 3 yards when he needed 2 and a 1st down for the Falcons.
So a nice start here for Hillsdale as they're inside of the 40-yard line. And they'll come out from the gun just about every down, Trevor Klein told us. Trips to the right. Hoverstock going to hand it off this time. It's Moody again. And he's met rudely as he tried to swing out to the perimeter. Here's the starters for Lucas up front. Spittler, Hawkinsmith, and Day. Where they really shine is in that secondary. Everybody back from the season ago, including Logan Toms, who missed a lot of last year with the break in his leg. So it's great to have both of the Toms brothers out there And you'll see them both on offense. Such smart players, great contributors, and great kids all the way around.
And you usually say it's a battle-tested, rough-em-up kind of Lucas squad, but then you have the Toms brothers back there that, you know, they can shut down the wide receivers.
Let's see that one on the Park National Bank replay. I think that was mishandled on the delivery. Popped right out of the hands of Jake, but worked out perfectly as Moody was in great stride, and he was able to make a nice gain.
Sometimes it's better lucky than good, right?
As the old adage goes, and the luck gets him to a 3rd and 3 here. Moody remains the lone back. 3 wide again to Haverstock's right. And the Cubs ready for it. Second effort. Got him back, I think, near the line of scrimmage, but nothing more. And it'll be a 4th down situation. From this end of the field where you're at, probably going to go for it here, Trav.
Yeah, and once again, elusive back. He breaks 2 tackles, but great job by Logan Toms to come from the safety position and make the tackle, because if he doesn't come up, probably going to get the first down after multiple attempts at getting the tackle. And you're right, you're on a 32-yard line. This is go for it territory. Even in the college and NFL games, sometimes that's that space between the 20 and the 40. You're like, you might as well just go for it.
Moody flank to the left, stays in as a blocker. They chuck it out. Initially bobbled, but a nice catch made by Braylon Jarvis. And another first down to the 26-yard line for the Falcons on the move.
Yeah, it's a great play call. Just a little out there. Had somewhat, not an illegal screen, but the wide receiver came in front, took those corners away so he could get the ball out and made the catch, got the first down. They continue on.
Beautiful night here in the Clear Fork Valley. Temperatures approaching the low 70s. Not a cloud in the sky. Just a gorgeous night for some high school football. As Haverstock dropped down in the backfield, read perfectly by Andrew Finello. Broke it up before it had a chance to get started.
And you'll see this a lot with the Cubs. They will blitz their guys, and it's very good on the linebackers. They read the ball. They didn't read the fake to the up back, saw that there was going to be a boot outside, and there were 3 guys there to make the stop, and a loss of 5.
That's another guy returning on this Lucas defense. Now in his senior season, Andrew Finello. Big-time playmaker, and you see there, got a nose for the football.
And this is where Lucas loves to eat. 2nd and long, create some havoc. And they're doing it again.
A lot of pressure bearing down on Haverstock. Daniel Hawkinsmith came sizzling into the backfield. 3rd down and long on the way here for the Falcons. Haven't seen him in one of these situations quite yet.
We just talked about this Lucas secondary. That's his coverage sack. Had nowhere to go, just tried to throw it out of bounds, and once again, it's 3rd and long. Lucas in very good position here. After, well, so far, bend but not break, but we'll see if Hillsdale can pull out a couple plays here, at least make this manageable for 4th down.
4 wide, 2 to each side this time for Jake. Lone back is Moody. Clean pocket, no pressure whatsoever.
But there's nobody open at the 2nd.
Now he lobs it to the end zone. Jump ball through the fingers. I thought initially that was going to be a TD grab by David Parker, the 6'1 senior. Check out this elevation. It's a nice throw, Travis. Just the execution didn't get the final chapter of the book written here.
Might have thrown just a little bit too much air on it. It allowed the Cubs defenders to get right under, but if it's even a little bit further, Fickus is kind of open back there in the back of the end zone. He threw it to the wrong receiver.
I think if you're Parker, though, you're going back, you're watching film, you're going to be sick about that one as a wideout. You're always telling your quarterback what? Just throw it up, man. I'm going to make the play.
Yeah.
He got 2 fingers on it, 2 hands, I should say, and just wasn't able to haul it in. So it makes it 4th down and 15, and it looks like Hillsdale, Trevor Klein, want a timeout. Want to make sure that they get the proper play in there. And this is kind of like Cubs football in the reverse here, just in terms of the time coming off of the clock. We're already at the 5-minute mark. This is the first drive.
Yeah, and also, I mean, all but 4 plays, and this is about, what, the 10th or the 11th play of the drive. Only 4 passes by Hillsdale, but because you had the loss to set up this long 4th down, but as they were driving down the field, they were playing kind of Lucas Cub football, 3-4 yards at a time, getting outside, taking it inside, switching things up, and then, you know, when needed on a 3rd or 4th down, getting a 3 or 4 yard pass. This is kind of like a carbon copy of what Lucas does to you. And one of the main reasons is one Jake Haverstock, Ryan.
Yeah, this 4th down play is going to be all about him. His ability to be able to escape the pocket when everything breaks down. He's a pretty decent thrower of the football, but really where he shines, where he excels, you look at the 120 carries he had last year, found the end zone 11 times. I think that if you're Trevor Klein, you want him in a situation where he's getting out to the perimeter and he's making his decision on the move. We'll find out.
And it's that balance, too. He had 100 yards passing, 100 yards rushing. So that opens things up as well because those linebackers, they can't just focus on the receiver because the quarterback can just tuck it and run.
Got a man in the slot to the left, 3 receivers to the near side. Big
got
pressure. Fickus with the adjustment in midair, but it's on the opposite side of where it needed to be. Jack laid out, but it's incomplete.
It's all because of this pressure on the quarterback. If he had maybe another second, that's probably a touchdown for Hillsdale. But watch these ends come off, not even touched,
Boom.
And forces the throw.
Excellent pressure by Lucas. Gets them the football back for their first offensive possession. Meet the Cubs starters on 2nd down. They are led by a senior quarterback who's in his 3rd year under center. And I got a chance to see Lucas last week against Clear Fork, and I would really liken what they're doing in terms of their offensive mentality to what we saw from the 2019 Cubs that went all the way to the state finals because they trust their quarterback. He's been in the system for a long time. But here's Logan Toms making a difference right away. So many weapons just like Hillsdale. You see Toms. Finello is going to carry the rock a lot tonight. Lenhart's a big, strong kid in the backfield. Corbin Toms, I think someone who, as the season progresses, he's going to have a breakout campaign, not just running the football, but with Smolin under center, going to get out of the backfield and catch quite a few passes. Up front is where there's the question marks. Nobody returned for Lucas along the offensive front. It didn't really cost them in the Clear Fork game. They were able to still play Cubs football, but that's where the inexperience is, as Finello got turned backwards, but he just kept the engine roaring. He was able to pick up, what, 7-8 yards?
8 yards on the carry, and that's, there you go, Lucas Cubs football. That line looking pretty good so far. 2 8-yard runs to start off and a 1st down for those Cubbies. But I was saying this on the Pigskin and on the Country Roads rankings every Wednesday, folks, if you want to watch that. The Cubs are still in there. But this is, like you said, a more balanced Cubs squad that they can go to the air a little bit. They have those defensive backs, and it does remind you of that team that played Marion Local for a state championship. They have more options, not just inside the tackle box.
It's Finello again. He's got 2 more out to midfield. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Lucas offense. Meet the starters now for the Falcons on the defensive side. And they've got quite a few players back on the defense too. Ethan Goodwin certainly is someone that you would mention. Braden Barter, Cole Sinnott. Quite a few guys, I think, that you could identify as some playmakers. And there's that inside kick. I love that toss play that the Cubs do where you got to just play assignment football always against Lucas. But that one sometimes can go big.
Yeah, I mean, most of these teams, they don't know. You try to focus on that first pitch, you go after him, and then all of a sudden, hey, it's another handoff. It's like you have two or three quarterbacks back there that you get the flip, you get the handoff, they keep it, or even they can throw it. Brings up 3rd down and manageable.
Need 4 yards.
What a
How
block.
about Toms getting to the edge? You're right. All set up on the perimeter by Ty Lenhart. See it again.
Yeah, you'll see 2 Falcons think they have it, but bam.
Boom.
What a kick-out block. And a 9-yard gain for another Cubs 1st down. 3rd run already of over 5 yards.
Drop back to pass, spinning, firing. 2 men open downfield. It's underthrown. Corbin Toms made the adjustment, but Fickus was able to break it up at the last second, just knocking down the arm. But if Andrew Smolin's able to step into this football, you see the pressure right in his face. He can't fully get behind it what he wants.
And it's just that last second effort by Jack Fickus to get the hand in there, because that was going to be a catch, if not for the just last second effort.
Second and 10 now. They toss it. Finello weaving his way, but not very far. Dropped in the backfield. Loss of 2 as Hillsdale was just able to collapse the blocking.
They were able to collapse the line immediately and make Finello go back further than he wanted to, so he couldn't get the corner right there. One of the main keys to that, David Parker getting in there and blowing that up to start to bring up a 3rd down and long now for the Cubs, 3rd and 12.
$1:45 and rolling here in this opening quarter. Always fast when Lucas is involved. And here's Smolin again, lofting one deep. Toms! Oh, incomplete again. But he was open on the seam, at least initially.
That's the second time he had it in his grasp, but just unable to bring it down. And a little bit underthrown again, I think. He had to kind of come back to that. It allowed the corner to come up and get right back with him as the ball was coming down. And normally here in Lucas Cubs football, if you get past midfield, it's 4-down territory.
This is an interesting spot, though, for the Cubs because it's 4th down and 12 and at the 40. So if you do punt here and back Hillsdale up, potentially you can get them inside of the 10 with a nice kick. 12 yards is not something that the Cubs necessarily probably work on very often. And
they were just backing themselves up to maybe get somebody to jump offside, but if not, give the punter a little bit more room to pin Hillsdale back. So maybe just outside that area to go for it.
It'll be Aiden Culler in to do the kicking duties for the Cubs, and so great to see him back from an injury as well, lost during basketball season. And it's not a good punt. Straight up end over end, takes a hop at the 31, and it will roll in Lucas's favor.
Did a Hillsdale player touch that? Let's take a look at the replay because it looked like somebody went in to reach for it right here. Right.
Too many
He's
bodies.
Tempted. He was tempted, it looked like, but I don't think he did touch it. It did get a Lucas bounce, got an extra 5 yards out of it, but that's not what you wanted out of the kick.
Second offensive drive now for the Falcons. Had a lot of success on their first one before they stalled just outside of the Cubs' red zone.
That's something we'll see a lot with the Lucas Cubs too. Bend but not break defensively. They don't get discouraged if they give up 20, 30 yards per possession.
Handoff leading to the outside here. And we're going to have about a 3-yard gain. It's Braylon Jarvis. His second carry, I believe.
We get our scoreboard back now that the sun's going down. About a minute left here in the opening quarter. And normally, this is perfect for the Lucas Cubs that, one possession each, get out of the first quarter. But with the style that Hillsdale plays, they're loving it as well. Ooh, big stick.
It's Logan Toms delivering the big impact blow right across the 30-yard line. Haverstock paying the price for a couple-yard pickup.
Take a look at the replay. Just great tackling by both sides here early on as well. But, yeah, great job to, once again, Logan Toms to shed his block, go right into the chest of the back, and force a 3rd and 5. Well, we have a second. We want to welcome everybody watching in live and free on Facebook and YouTube. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll shout you out if you shout us out.
And that's going to take us to the end of a fast-moving first quarter. Still no score from the Colt Corral. We'll be back. Second quarter action on the way.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
It's live, it's free, and it's only on the OH Report. Hillsdale and Lucas playing on a neutral field tonight, though this is a Cubs home game.
Don't get me started on why. It's despicable, Brian. Despicable.
That throw, though, real nice.
I don't think he got to the line, though.
Big pop. Vexper with the catch. Still going to be about a yard shy of first down yardage. And these are always the gambles that I love watching coaches and their decisions, because do you want to try to pick up a first down? It's early in the game. You need less than a yard. Or do you punt it away? And it looks like Trevor Klein electing to play it safe.
I mean, their defense looked pretty solid there on the first possession. And with the Cubs giving them a 35-yard field, that's, I mean, 9 times out of 10 they punch that in or at least get a field goal out of it. So I like the decision. It's a fake, though. Oh, big stick, but I think they got enough for the first down.
Just barely enough. 3 straight plays, though. Logan Toms delivering the wood, man.
It was a quick snap, too. They just got down right to Fickus, and a good jump off the line made the hole in just a second too late on the stick. So Hillsdale does roll the dice, and they get it.
Gutsy call right there.
4th first down for the Falcons.
And I was just about to post on our live stream, our fundraiser that we have going for Bob Wine Field. We're looking to make $500 tonight during the broadcast. And before I've even mentioned it or given you guys the link, I see already $340 have come in. I'm donating $50 myself, so we're going to be up to $390. Guys, we're really close already. This is fantastic. And every dime, of course, going to Taylor Eisman and the athletic department for Lucas to just get the football field back to playable. That's all we want, is for Lucas to be able to play at Lucas.
That's a great atmosphere to be up at Lucas, and they deserve home games. They lost their home games, remember, during COVID because of seating capacity and things like that in the MOAC. So you just hate losing a home field advantage like they do there. And that's a big stick again.
Woo! Cubs are bringing it tonight, but that's Lucas football. RPO can mean both things on both sides of the ball. Run people over.
And as you can see, that's not only on the offensive side, that's on the defensive side as well. Big 3rd and long coming up here for Hillsdale. And typically, if it's a low-scoring game, at least you want to see hard-hitting, clean action. That's what we've had so far tonight.
A lot of pressure. Halverstock throws it. Fickus almost made what would have been like a college-level catch on the sideline, but no dice. The Cup secondary is there to make it a no-flight zone as the Falcons are grounded.
And you'll want to know why? I sound like a broken record, but again, the pressure coming off, it just forced Halverstock to throw it a little early and into pressure, and they're forcing a punt here.
And for anybody who would like to donate to the Fix Bob Wine Field campaign, I have just posted the link in our Facebook. So please, please click on it, and anybody that would like to donate.
Yeah, let's help them out. Come on. That was just a very moronic act to keep them from getting this home game today. And I mean, let's help them out. They deserve home games. They're on the road for the next 2 weeks. That helps things out right now. But, you know, let's get them a home game in 3 weeks. Let's get some money raised so they can fix that field, because last week it looked like one of the best groomed fields here in the state. It was beautiful.
Well, I got to walk it pregame, and it was awesome. I made that exact comment to another media member, like, man, this is maybe the nicest grass field that I have seen. It's so perfectly flat. They've got it nice and cushy, too. They got the sand underneath it for the safety. And now, well, we all know what's happened. So we'll keep reminding you that if you would like to donate, that the comment for the Facebook fundraiser is now on our Facebook live stream. I'll put it on the YouTube as well if that's how you are watching.
So 4-yard run there by Toms. Sets up 2nd and 6.
Toss play to Logan. Big burst. And look at him lowering his shoulder. Logan Toms came out here today and he decided, I'm going to play a physical brand of Cubs football. He has had, what, 3 big pops? And now watch this one. Lowering, laying the boom at the end of the run.
We have a stoppage so the referees can get things adjusted. But yeah, he's making big hits on the defensive end. He's just playing fearless football out there, coming over the offensive side too and just running people over. Sounds familiar to Lucas fans, doesn't it?
This time cut down low. Excellent tackle made by Owen Sloan, who was able to drag him down before he could lower the shoulder. And it's a pickup of 3 this time for Toms.
Almost to the halfway point of the second quarter already.
Tight wing T formation, as we're so accustomed to seeing. Smolin spun into some heavy confrontation there. Nowhere to go.
Trying to catch Hillsdale off guard, but not going for that shuffle or that handoff. But once again, that defensive line blew it up before it even could get a chance to start. And it's a 3rd and long for the Cubs. Love the jerseys too, Brian. These new jerseys the Cubs have. Really slick.
Toss play near side. Tackle on the play by Jax Rogers. Will make it 4th down for Lucas. And from their own 43 now.
Just another big glick. Pad to pad.
And Vanello coming off the field after that carry. Punt unit is on.
Like last year, this is a defensive battle. Nice
Much
punt.
better punt. Yeah, Vesper takes it on the fly, though, from his own 23. Makes a move to the outside. This is Speedster, folks.
And we have a block, clear block in the back over there on Hillsdale, so that's going to go back. We'll take a look on the replay, but if you see the back number, you're not allowed to block them.
So Hillsdale going to lose out on quite a bit of that return yardage. Marking it off from the 40-yard line.
Here's the block in the back. Right there. Looked like Fickus. So the Falcons, 70 yards to go. They have 7 minutes to do so before the break. Lucas won the toss. They elected to defer. So the Cubs will get a possession out of the halftime stanza.
Bring a man in motion. They're going to run right in behind him. Spinning his way out of trouble was Presley Lewis. But excellent pursuit by Lucas. Minimal gain, maybe 1.
Once again, linebacker read it perfectly. Nearly had the loss. He's able to spin out of it, but instead of a 4 or 5 yard gain, it's only a 2-yard gain.
Lucas has done a nice job tonight attacking the gaps with these linebackers. As there's a collision, Jarvis ran into the quarterback, opened things up for the pressure of the Cubs, and they got there on time. Another big play by a Lucas linebacker in the backfield.
Wow. I don't know if there was some miscommunication from quarterback to running back, but they were just stalled, and it allowed the sack to occur. Loss of 5, and again, Lucas has Hillsdale back in a 3rd and long.
Haberstock dropping straight back. They got the screen set up for Fickus, but 2 orange jerseys collide to drop him down. No gain on the play. Butt unit coming right back on.
Yeah, they did not bite on the screen, and it kind of led Fickus right back into the teeth of that defensive line because they didn't fall for it, and instead of him getting downfield, he gets laid out right after he caught it, and it forces a 4th down.
Logan Tom's back. He's going to let it hop at the 35. Takes a Lucas skip, and they will set up shop at their own 39. 3rd possession now here for Lucas. No scores, you can see, and just 5 minutes remaining before the break. And I think it's about time for Corbin Toms to come alive, a guy that we've identified as a true playmaker. And you saw what he was able to do last week. 2 touchdowns for the Cubs in a little variety. Obviously, he was an all-district selection a year ago. And Jake Furr in his Richland 200 thinks this is the 44th best dude or lady coming back in the county.
Yeah, I want to know how Jake comes up with the rankings. That's tough to get 200 athletes in Richland County alone and then to rank them, because I wouldn't be able to do it. And probably all the flack he gets from parents and students alone, I wouldn't be able to do it, Brian. I get enough flack from you for my Country Roads rankings. That's enough for me.
I'm sure there's no formula.
No.
Just his personal opinions. I mean, he's here. Maybe we bring him up at the half and dig a little bit deeper into that, or have him on the podcast and have him really open up about how he comes to the realization of who is the best. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a Lucas player who was number 1 on his list. Is that right?
Yeah, one Shelby Grover who missed do it all. Basketball, volleyball, track, and maybe even softball this year.
That'd be quite a feat to do 4-letter sports in one season, as the Cubs do get just enough beyond midfield, get the chain gang back on the move.
And that's Grayson Jackson now getting in on the effort. Back-to-back 4-yard runs moves the chains for the Cubbies here as we come up to 3:45 left in the half. Still 50 yards to go. A lot of media out here tonight. That's the one good thing about not having the referees for last night, is everybody's out here to highlight this game as it should, because it's been a good one so far.
What a premier fake by Smolin.
Oh! Hello.
Church out in space. Trying to take him to church with that one. Just leveled him.
My goodness.
And you see these Lucas runners, they are looking for contact, never avoiding. Kaboom! Like
and he was wide open, too. You can't let a Lucas Cub get downhill, because that's what's going to happen. You'll be seeing stars. 5th first down for the Cubs.
Another wide open player in the flat. Finello just barely led a bit too far. Still could have made the catch. Smolin was trying to keep him on the run.
Maybe got a little too excited there. Had time, didn't loft it enough, and kind of a bullet pass into him. Brings up 2nd down.
Browns fans were familiar with that from Baker Mayfield over the last several seasons. You got to put a little bit of touch on those ones when they're leaking out of the backfield, especially when they're wide open. Put some more air under it.
And hopefully that's what he does against your Browns in week 1 for Carolina, right? A couple pick sixes your way.
Wouldn't be surprised. Here's Smolin trucking forward on 2nd and 10. Got about half of what he needed for another fresh set as the clock winding under 2:50 to go in this opening half.
And give him 4 yards on the carry. Brings up 3rd manageable, and now what I think is 4-down territory for Coach Spittler's squad.
And I just have to say that you people are amazing out there. We've already raised
No way.
$1,000.
Let's go.
Trying to make $500 tonight, so I know that Taylor Eisman going to be very excited about that. We're getting Lucas back to playing at Lucas, doing stuff like this, making catches in traffic. And I think, yep, that's going to be another 1st down. Good throw, even better catch by Hunter Church.
So Lucas taking to the air on this possession and getting some good stuff out of that. 2 completions now for, I can't add quickly, 23 yards.
And they're going back to the sky again. Jackson this time spun down as Lucas in the red zone for the first time tonight.
And through the air now. Getting the completion down inside the 15 to the 11.
And these are the benefits of having a 3rd-year starter under center. The development, Smolin has played in so many games. He's comfortable, of course, in this wing tee, handing off, running the offense. He's got a pretty good arm, too, as he just showed. And how about this by Jackson reaching in?
He got it!
He's in there.
Touchdown, Cubs. And we're just talking about passing. Hey, let's go back to the RPO and get the last 11 yards for the tutty. So take a look at the replay.
10-yard run for Grayson Jackson. And what a magician Smolin is with the football. I thought that he kept it from our vantage point. Instead, guess what he's doing? Lead blocking through the hole. How many quarterbacks do that around the area? One, him.
And what an effort to get the last 3 yards there by Mr. Jackson.
PAT is pure from color. 7-zip Cubs in front.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Grayson's for real. Just watch the effort. He stopped at the 4, but just continues to run those feet, reaches to the goal line, and Lucas strikes first with 1:33 left in the half.
Look like G-Man and Storm when they say last call at the buffet line, just carrying waiters with them. I don't care, one last trip. Fill my tray. Beautiful stuff.
A lot of comments on here.
Yeah, and beautiful stuff from you. I can't tell you how pumped up I am that we've raised already over $1,000 to resurface Lucas's football field. But, hey, keep it coming, man, as much as we can get. I'm sure it's really expensive to have that company, I don't know where they're out of, come back and tend to the football field at Lucas. But they're doing just fine here on the turf in the corral.
Yeah, some people think, oh, they can, Lucas, they like running on the grass. That's the only place they can go. No, they're actually pretty athletic, especially this year. You get them on turf, they're just even better.
And I think it's so great that we've got Bill Zurzo back in the building. He was missing for week 1, obviously a tragedy in the family.
So our condolences to him and his family.
Cub Nation knows that. Ooh! Another big shot. How about Lucas just bringing the wood right in Cottle this time? And looks like Presley Lewis is slow to get up, and rightfully so. Look at this collision, guys.
But another clean hit, too.
Yow.
Head off to the side, shoulder right into the midsection. Hopefully it just knocked the wind out. But once again, hard-hitting football here on a Saturday night. It's kind of like a college game. It's like we're watching SEC football.
When Bill Zurzo's in the house, it is too. They got all these different sound effects. And, I mean, we've had athletic director of Clear Fork, Jess Brokaw, who has been so superb. Can we please give her a hand for what she's been able to do here with just a couple of hours' notice, getting the venue ready, and then she's been so accommodating. She actually carried by hand the full system that they use for music in the gym out here so that Bill could have access and do all the different sound effects and all the fun music and all the flavor that he brings to a Lucas football game. It's here at the Colt Corral.
And that's, again, that home field advantage. Now, I know we're missing the fireworks tonight. sad face.
Well,
That's
we know
another
somebody
thing.
in Clear Fork got fireworks. We've
Right?
seen them last
Right, yeah.
Friday.
But, having, full capacity, too.
Sure.
I mean, there'd be people standing at Bob Wine, but, for everybody from Hillsdale and Lucas to still show out here, I mean, they're using the hill to the advantage. That's one cool thing, having Lucas down here. I mean, they're using the Colt Corral like it's a home game. It's awesome out here. I just wish we were in the treehouse right now, Brian.
Be back soon enough, and hopefully with a brand new, beautiful grass patch growing where all the tire marks are.
Let's get into the comments section, Brian. How about that? How about we do that right now? while
Yeah,
we're
read a few to
dangerous?
me.
L. Barker, go Cubs. Aaron Morris, if he only could have done that for Centerburg, love Coach Spittler. Coach Spittler was at Centerburg before he got to Lucas.
Okay.
Lee Cook, yeah, cannot believe somebody vandalized our football field. I've already gone through, you've heard me. You can
We've made our
rewind.
peace.
Trista Snyder, let's go Cubs. Lee Cook, yeah. Jason Ratliff, nice to see you on here. Kay Hogue, watching from Sydney, Ohio. Pamela Morris, Lucas Cub Country, and it's Cub Country down here in Belleville tonight. Robert Daly, shout out from South Florida, West Palm Beach.
What's up from the Sunshine State?
And then Katie, watching from their front porch. Hillsdale number 151 is my nephew.
That's number 23, David Parker, with the reception. Scampers out near the 30-yard line.
Gets a good 6 yards out of it.
And stops the clock like a veteran. We'll see what the Falcons have to bring to the table here with Jake Haverstock in the 2-minute drill for the first time tonight. And he's going to come out empty set. Lucas right now just rushing 3, so they're sitting back in coverage. And that's going to be tipped. Flag coming in.
Usually in the spot where a hold is called.
And as mentioned, Lucas, I mean, they only brought Spittler, Day, 3 guys up front. Hawkinsmith as well on the rush. So anytime it's 5 versus 3 and your 3 earn the penalty, I mean, that's big time.
Absolutely. It's just that Lucas Cubs mentality. They're just big linemen. They work in the offseason. They fight for that belt every week. And just the offseason plan, that program that Coach Spittler has, just has year in, year out. That's why Lucas has gone to 9 straight playoff appearances. And not only with the extended stuff, they still would have made the playoffs if it was the same situation.
Pump fake to the left, coming back right, big ball, Fickus, but it's intercepted by Zach Dale, had a better read on it. And the first turnover of the game belongs to the Cubs.
Just left it up in the air a little too long there. Wide receiver had position. Fickus was in front, but just kind of just lobbed a little too much, threw it to the outside instead of the inside of the receiver, and right there was Deal. Good deal.
He's
First
a pretty
down
big
Cubs.
deal.
Now they got 1:05 left here in the half.
Well, Lucas definitely has a package where they can spread you out.
And we saw that. They completed 3 passes to extend their last possession, and it opened up the run game for that touchdown.
Smolin, as we've seen on the baseball diamond, got a killer arm. And he's got 2 receivers flanked out to the right. 2 backs in. They'll fake it to Logan Toms. Stays in to block, and he's going to unleash. Almost intercepted, almost re-gifted, as that's intended for Finello. And broken up by Jake Haverstock.
Yeah, just watching the replay again. Kind of a lame duck he threw up there, and if it wasn't for the receiver knocking that down, that's a pick the other way. So 59 seconds left on a stop second quarter clock.
And the Cubs this time come out with Toms and Toms here to the near side. Finello in the slot. Now they'll bring Logan in motion. Looking at him all the way. He's wide open. But a great open field tackle is made inbounds. So the clock runs, but not anymore. Scott Spittler taking a TO. So 3rd down on the way here for Lucas. And these are one of those moments, it's short on time, But do you elect to just make sure that the clock is running and that Hillsdale has to spend another timeout? You try to go to the air, and if you don't make a completion, then all of a sudden Hillsdale has 2 timeouts and they're getting the ball back. A lot of factors to weigh on these type of plays.
Yeah, it's literally a chess match. What do you do? Do you go for checkmate early, or you just continue to play it safe until you can get an easier checkmate per se? Coach Spittler, I mean, it's 3rd down. Like you said, both teams have 2 timeouts remaining, so make them waste the timeout, punt it away, or do you just try and get that 1st down and have a chance to go into the half without anything else?
I got a young lady next to me. She's got open the Fix Bob Winefield fundraiser. I just clicked on the donate button for her, so we're getting even more money coming in.
Screen pass. Ball on the ground. Nope, they're going to call incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like some loose change, loose money out there on the field, but dropped on the play by Lenhart.
So now, 4th down punting situation. Hillsdale, that stops the clock. They still have 2 timeouts. We'll see if they can get something going here. Depending on the return in the punt, maybe some good field position for them as well here. Don't know much about their kicker, though. Jax Rogers, he's a senior. Also their linebacker and tight end. So don't know much about the boot, but they might not need it.
Yeah, no boot coming here as that's mishandled. In a huge play here for the Falcons. They're going to set up shop in business inside of the 30-yard line. And there's 3 phases of the game, Trav. You got to weigh them all equal.
Yeah, that was just a bad snap. Didn't get it off the ground. It rolled back to the punter. Thankfully, he was able to pick it up and at least get it back to the original line of scrimmage. But beautiful field position with 37 seconds left. You can use the whole field because you still have 2 timeouts left. And Hillsdale at least in decent position to get some type of points on the board going into the break.
Haverstock, who was so great in week 1, counted for 3 total touchdowns. See if he can come up with a big drive right here. Threads the needle to Jarvis. He's able to get out of bounds after a gain of 9. Nice start.
Yeah, just dink and dunk too. If you can get 9-10 yards, get out of bounds, you still have 32 seconds. So 4 or 5 seconds per play. You get at least 5 or 6 left.
Ball at the 22. They'll flank out 3 to this near side, 2 to the left. Cubs just bring 3, sitting back in zone coverage.
Got to get it off. You can't take a sack here now, 25 seconds.
Haverstock does get it off. He's got Fickus. Makes a move in the middle of the field and then brought down from the backside by Lenhart.
Broken play turns into a timeout, hurt Cub, but the clock would have stopped anyway after the 1st down. But what a throw. He threw it across his body and gets it to Fickus for 12 yards.
Well, as a former wideout, I'm always impressed by the guys that have a full understanding of when you have a scrambling quarterback like Jake, that's exactly what you need to do. Come back to the football, give him some options. That's the 2nd time tonight we've seen Fickus see that his quarterback was in need, and then they've been able to hook up for a 1st down.
And Haverstock actually was able to get around crossbody. I thought he just turned and threw it, but he was able to get his shoulders square and the poise as well, with a couple guys after running, 15, 20 yards, still able to have the poise to turn, square his shoulders up, and get it to Fickus for the 1st down. And now a timeout by Hillsdale to have 1 remaining on the 12-yard line. 16 seconds left. They can get the 1st down at the 2, so they can get a 10-yard play here inside the boundaries. They can stop the clock at least that way as well.
They're going to get Bo Moody back into the mix. He's going to be the lone back to the right hip here of Haverstock. Rolling that way, getting the pocket on the move. Pressure coming. Threw that one away. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that was smart. Save some time left, still 11 seconds, probably two plays left. Gets it out of bounds, doesn't run the clock, and they'll have another chance here.
Cubs getting a couple of fresh linemen. Caudill comes in along with Buck Arnold. Keep Hawkinsmith in at defensive tackle. Making sure that they got that motor revving down there on the inside. If they're just going to bring 3, haven't seen too many blitzes from Lucas when it has been passing situations for the Falcons.
Another question is, if they keep this in, is this one? We have a delay of game. Not what the Falcons needed out of a timeout. But I was about to ask Brian, is it one play field goal, or do you try for the end zone before the half? 11 seconds left.
Oh, I think you definitely got 2 plays here, but you got to be smart. Your play call has to be one right here where I think you're putting the ball in the air within about a second. Don't take much time to think about it. And that's exactly what they're going to do. The fade pattern to the left back.
Yes!
Touchdown, Falcons. Parker with the grab from 17 yards out. Haverstock dropping a dime out of the sky, baby.
Wow. Perfect throw. And we are an extra point away from being even at the half. I mean, that was great defense as well.
Yeah, Church had the coverage, just a better throw. And awesome offense will beat good defense any day of the week. Falcons are going to tie it up.
Oh, we got a flag, a jump. Who's this on? If this is on Lucas, it moves them up.
And it looks like a couple of the offensive players for the Falcons getting ready to come on the field for a 2-point conversion, potentially, if this is against the Cubs.
That moves you to, what, the 1.5 yard line? Why not?
So many different backs that you can bring in. Certainly Bo Moody.
And here's the call. Maybe. He's calling out Coach Spittler now. Both referees actually talking to both coaches.
This is weird.
I have no idea what's going on.
Must be some kind of story.
Coach, you had to hear this. It just came to my mind. I want to forget, so I got to tell you right now.
And look at Spittler with his hand on his hips. So not impressed. Okay, so it's unsportsmanlike conduct,
against
and it's going to go against Bo Moody. And I think probably the question would be, do you want it on the PAT or on
the kickoff?
The kickoff, the PAT. But maybe he's not allowed?
Oh, wait, now our referees are stopping.
Because if you don't get the option, then what's the point of the conversation?
Now, yeah. It must be on the kick.
So after a wasted minute, let's do the play over. And let's get a tie ball game, shall we? It's up and through in the Hillsdale student section, who look like they're all decked out.
Wait a second, a flag on the play.
I'm holding. Or were they holding? Are we both holding?
I'm just holding my breath because I don't know what to say right now. This is bizarre.
This play is in a holding pattern right now.
There we go. The Falcons in a holding pattern. Hurdling's going to be the call. Can't pretty much use a player to your advantage to jump over, a.k.a. hurdling, like an actual hurdle. Shelby Grover would know what hurdling is. She's really good at it.
Wonder if she's here tonight.
I mean, there's a lot of people here. So now football is going to be moved up to the 45 of Lucas.
It should.
We had a there was a unsportsmanlike conduct. Does unsportsmanlike conduct not get yardage anymore, and it's just the personal foul does. It wasn't a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct. It was just unsportsmanlike. I know if you get 2 unsportsmanlike conduct fouls against you, you get ejected. So maybe it was just that's just one strike against him. I don't know. I'm just as confused. But anyway, the 15 yards from Lucas, that's what's being assessed here for the hurdling penalty.
Well, what about the 15 yards that they should have been awarded?
I have no idea. That's why I said I think they might have just called the unsportsmanlike, not a personal foul, but
Is
just
there
regular
no tit for
unsportsmanlike.
tat or eye for an eye anymore? Sangre por sangre? Like,
there is going to be a kick. And it's going to be downed. 1 play left. What does Lucas do here?
I think they have a saying over there called keep calm, run power.
Yeah.
I've got a hunch they're going to stick to that mindset.
Now, me, I like the hook and lateral play, but might be a little too risky here at this point. It looks like they're in victory formation, so they're going to kneel it. We're going to go to halftime, and we're going to be able to just think of what just occurred out on the field the last minute and a half.
I'm actually going to try to Men in Black this and just erase my memory of what we just saw from those last couple of minutes. But other than that, what a fun first half. We are all square at 7 apiece, and there's still so much more to come, including the halftime band show, so stick around.
Yep.
That's all coming up after the break.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Our final song for you this evening is a 90s Disney classic. This piece is from the musical mind of Elton John and was nominated for the Academy Awards Best Original Song in 1994. We hope that you enjoy our rendition of The Circle of Life. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Hillsdale Falcon Marching Band! The Hillsdale Marching Band thanks you for your encouragement of music education in your schools and schools around the nation. The Hillsdale Falcon Marching Band tonight is under the direction of Brittany Gardner-Hill, Flag Director, Elizabeth Terwilliger, Percussion Director, Don Roger Hott, Assistant Band Director, and Alan Terwilliger as Head Band Director. Now entering the field under the direction of Miss Audrey Smith, please give a warm welcome to the 2022 Lucas Cubs Marching Band. Tonight, the band will be presenting to you selections from one of the most musically accomplished and critically acclaimed disco, R&B, and funk bands of all time, Earth, Wind & Fire. To start tonight's performance, we will be featuring Earth, Wind & Fire's 1978 chart-topping single, which poses the question, do you remember the 21st night of September? Our next Earth, Wind & Fire selection is this 1981 hit from their studio album, Raise. We hope you enjoy. Let's groove! We would like to thank you all for coming out tonight. Please give a round of applause for the 2022 Lucas Cubs Marching Band.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
It's halftime here at the fabulous Clear Fork Corral, where 2 quarters are in the books, and we've got a tie score, folks. Lucas 7, Hillsdale 7, and still a long way to go here in the Valley. I'm Brian Skowronski, got Travis Berardi alongside me here tonight, along with a whole bunch of other folks. Good-looking crowd here in the building. That's the visitor section for Hillsdale, and over here on the Lucas side, there's a ton of folks filling in the bleachers.
It's a beautiful night for football, Brian. I mean, you couldn't have asked for anything better other than this being played at Lucas, but we've already talked about that.
So let's talk about the first half stats now, presented by Kelly's Dairy Bar and Miniature Golf.
Great milkshakes. I've had it multiple times when we were down there selling some spots with them. Jim does a great job. And also Jim, he's the one that drives some people up the hill into Bob Wine Field as well. So he's there for the Lucas Athletic Department, also does video, I think, for girls basketball. So, you know, support Jim while Kelly's Dairy Bar in Mini Golf. Get 18, 36 holes of the miniature golf course down there before they close here in the next couple of weeks. But let's get back to the stats.
You see just how close everything is in terms of the total yardage. Hillsdale had the 1 turnover, of course, but Lucas basically had a giveaway when you look at the botched punt situation that set up the Falcons' only points so far. So this thing's basically dead even. The Falcons have done a little bit more through the sky, but hey, they're an aerial type of bird in attack. It just makes sense. Where the Cubs, they're a big creature, of course, on the ground. So it just feels like the 2 mascots are determining how the game is being dictated right now, Travis. But it's all even so far in this battle between the Falcons and the Cubs.
Yeah, Lucas actually, you know, on their touchdown drive, they went through the air a little bit.
True.
They have 39 yards passing. 35 of those came on that touchdown drive. Really opened things up for them. But then, you know, I mean, if they get the punt away, it's probably 7-0 going into the break. But Hillsdale able to take advantage of mistakes. They got the nice touchdown pass with 5 seconds remaining in the half to even things up. And like last year, back and forth, physical, and it's going to take only 24 minutes, maybe even more, to decide who gets this win in Division 7 Region 25.
Well, folks, before the game, Travis and I, we chit-chat, and we come up with some different scenarios of how teams are going to win the game. So let's go ahead and show you our keys to the game for both sides. Let's begin with the Hillsdale Falcons coming, if you want to call this, on the road here tonight. And for them, we just felt like they need to put the Cubs in situations where they're in 3rd and longs. Of course, they run the football so well, so it's rare for Lucas to have to face those type of scenarios. But if you're a Falcons defense that can make that happen, always works out.
And a couple of times, that's what they've done. They've forced Lucas into the 3rd and long. And I think a 3rd and long for Lucas is 5 or 6 yards. Normally for a team, it's 8, 9, 10 yards. But for the Cubs, because they run that power, they get 4 or 5 yards out of there. If you're a 3rd and 6 or 7, that's where you need to put them. You're going to force Lucas to go through the air and maybe pass, make a mistake or whatever. But so Hillsdale has done that, except a couple times where Lucas has been able to get it downfield and get in for that 1 touchdown.
Jake be nimble, Jake be quick, Jake throw a touchdown, and that's just what he did for 6 at the end of the 2nd quarter. But Lucas has done a pretty nice job of keeping Haverstock from getting out loose on the edge and using those legs to really kill him, because you look in their first game of the season, week 1, over 100 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, and then he threw for a $119 in a score. So we know that Haverstock, he's the real deal if you allow him to get to the edge.
Well, through the air, 7 of 12, 83 yards, a touchdown and a pick, but on the ground, he's been sacked twice for negative 10 yards, sack yards, and only 1 run of 2 yards. So, you know, they've done the job. They've been running with they've used 5 other running backs as well, and they've only totaled 29 rushing yards. So, you know, Lucas shutting down that rushing attack. You saw them do that against Clear Fork last week as well until, the late fourth quarter when the Colts were able to come back. But, you know, that's what they do. It's what they do. They limit the big players.
And the big plays as well. And over on the other side for Lucas, how about have some turbulent airways? And what does that mean? Of course, a Falcon is going to try to go through the sky. They're going to try to soar freely. And you just have to have your secondary put your stamp down, be physical, and play solid defense. And I think so far, for the most part, Lucas has been up to the challenge, with the exception of the short field that Hillsdale was gifted there at the end of the half that they capitalized on.
Other than the first pass play that went for 28 yards, that kind of broken play that they got out, 2 broken plays actually for 28 and 12 yards, and then the 17-yard touchdown pass was just a perfectly thrown ball. Lucas has been doing exactly that.
Stay true to you. So for Lucas, all that means is just keep calm, run power. They have a quarterback that clearly you've seen. He's got some nice athleticism, great arm, does Andrew Smolin. But at the same time, you're Lucas, man. This is a Scott Spittler coach team. And then with everybody that's on the staff, they're just a hard-nosed, physical style of the team. So stay true to you. And the last point, Travis, is yours. Let them know.
I forgot this was in here, so I'm going to have to mention it once again. Your field got ripped to shreds by some moron out there in an ATV. You should be playing at home right now. Once again, you lose a home game because of it. This is technically a home game for you, but still, you got to be ticked off about that. Use that aggression out there, and we've seen some hard hits. We've seen some Lucas Cub football, so they have been using that to their advantage so far in this one. Just like the one mistake on the one bad snap, but Lucas has been playing. It looked like at least they've been playing angry out there. Legally angry, I should say.
Tonight's high school football broadcast brought to you live and free on the OH Report, thanks to our generous sponsors, including Kelly's Dairy Bar Miniature Golf. For affordable family fun, visit Kelly's in Mansfield. They offer miniature golf, a driving range, and a full menu dairy bar. Travis has tried everything on the menu, and he approves of all of them. Ohio Valley Manufacturing, heavy gauge stamping and precision blanking services, and they are hiring right now. You want a competitive wage? Hit up Ohio Valley Manufacturing. ArcelorMittal, smarter stills for people and planet. Park National Bank, where you mean more. Mechanics Bank, that's better. And Simonson Construction, from concept to completion, they can help make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Clips and cuts as well, quality lawn care, tree trimming, pruning, and snow removal for the greater Ashland area. Follow them on Facebook in the link below. And follow your blockers is what Lucas does here.
It was a short kick there, Brian, as we take a look. Actually, can't take a look. But it was a short kick, and Lucas able to take advantage of that.
So it'll be great field position for the Cubs. Set up near midfield, so Smolin and company from their own 47-yard line. And they're going to come out in the wing tee. What a surprise, right?
Quite shocked, Brian. Quite shocked.
Logan Toms finds a seam, darts through a gap, and reaches forward out near the 46-yard line.
Here's a replay. But yeah, nice job for them. Using, that field vision. A little bit of a hole. He's able to cut back up in there and get 5 extra yards. Bring up second down and short.
And we've seen Lucas year after year typically they're a better second half team than a first half team because of that RPO style. They like to run it right at you and wear you down throughout the course of the game. 2 plays so far, moving the chains out to the 41-yard line already in Hillsdale territory.
Finello with the keeper there and the first down. 2 chunk plays, you could say, running for the Cubs to start the second half, exactly what they wanted to do.
10 players lining up in the box now for the Falcons. Got 5 down linemen, 6 actually. But Toms bolts through and bowls over a defender. Another physical run for the junior.
Remember how I said play angry? That was an angry run. He got a full head of steam and just bowled over a defender right there and got 5 more yards. Big run, first down, Cubbies.
Such a collection of talent that they can utilize. So many different guys when they give them the football. They just have different styles and vibes about them. We've seen all night so far tonight. Logan Toms, a very physical runner. Not much here, though, for Grayson Jackson, one of their speedsters, as he's cut down, gain of maybe 1.
Yeah, finally Hillsdale able to get a minimal run after the first 3 go for long runs for the Cubs. Back to that 2nd and long situation. Not behind script yet for the Cubs, though. If they can get 4 or 5 yards out of that, they'll be right back to where they need to be.
Hillsdale again stacking the boxes, playing with 1 safety back deep. Everybody else within about 3-4 yards of the line of scrimmage. And they've been able to get some penetration over the last 2 plays. And this is one of their keys right here. They're going to bring up a 3rd and long. Cubs are going to need 7.5 here to move the chains.
Yeah, maybe time to get back out there. Passing down, get one of those short outs that were successful for them on that touchdown drive.
Smolin turns, tosses. Lead blocking again, and look at Logan Toms able to squirt through. He's got another first down. This kid's been unbelievable here on this opening drive.
Another double-digit run as well, 10 yards. He goes 7, 14, and 10 on the 3 carries he's had in the second half. Almost matched his first half total in half the carries. RPO.
In a red zone trip for Lucas. We're going to get an encroachment penalty, and that's what the shift will do for the Cubs. I've seen this a lot over the years. They bring that subtle motion from one of their wings.
Yeah, teams just trying to jump that snap, trying to time when he starts running, then maybe get a jump off. But that time, Lucas got him right where they needed him. Now down to the 11-yard line.
Toss near side. A lot of space to the outside. Finello.
Is he in? No. Down to the 1, though, 1st and goal.
Yeah, Finello all the way down inside of the 1-yard line. So it'll set up a 1st and goal. Nice block to set the edge, opening things up for the speedster. And 4 cracks at getting 1 yard. I think odds are Cubs are going to get one in here, and they'll just need 1 play. Touchdown, Lucas. Logan Toms, fittingly, I think, getting to cap that off. He was the catalyst that got him down there.
Just, you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. They're at the 1-yard line. They run so many variations out of this. Didn't need 10, didn't need 17. He only needed 1. He got plenty of that. Lucas back out in front.
Color with the PAT rips it right through the uprights. 7-point cushion now for Lucas. And for Cub Nation, what a start here. You get the football in excellent field position, and you're able to take full advantage. Marching right down the field. Execution on fleek that time.
And only in 6 plays, Brian. Actually, 7 plays. A 7-play, 60-yard drive, all runs, 3 runs of 10 yards or more. That's Lucas Cub football. I mean, I can't say much more about that. Let's take a look at some comments now on our Facebook page while we have a second. Pamela Morris, my granddaughter, Kirsten Ammons, cheerleader for Lucas, my favorite player. Tracy Baum, granddaughter Taylor Morgan, senior, cheerleader for Hillsdale. That name sounds familiar.
I just seen her on the volleyball court a week ago on Saturday tearing it up.
Yeah, also All-Ohio pitcher, sent the Lady Falcons to the state Final Four. She does it all. Volleyball, softball, cheerleading. I think she was one of them that held up the Simba at the end of the band performance, which you and I have thought was pretty cool to do after that.
Simba. It's that circle of life, buddy.
Moves us all.
When Phil Collins speaks, I listen.
Now, are you more of a Genesis Phil Collins or just a Phil Collins solo?
Wow, tough choice.
Are you an easy lover?
I would like to think that my wife would back me up on that. But who knows? We all have our needs sometimes that can be challenging. And for right now, the need for Hillsdale,
get back in the end zone.
Put together at least a nice drive here. Don't necessarily have to get some points, but we've seen Lucas in the second half how many years now, man? When they can get a touchdown lead and then you can't respond, there seems to be a snowball effect. 2 touchdown advantages for Lucas.
Seems like 5.
Just because of how much time they can eat up. So if nothing else, you want to flip the field here if you're Hillsdale. But this Cubs defense, boy, they've got some other ideas.
Swarm.
Bzzz. Stinging defense by Lucas. Zach Deal really shot in there. Got some help, too, from Jackson.
Trying to think of something that I can incorporate RPO and Bs, but I can't. I have nothing right now. I apologize, everybody. I failed you. 3rd down. RBO, RBZ, I don't know. RBPO, run buzz, people over.
Hey, you're getting closer.
Yeah.
Will Hillsdale get closer to a first down? Nope. Not really.
Maybe a yard, Brian?
That's basically right at the line of scrimmage where they got stuck.
So Lucas, 7 plays touchdown, 3 and out. And this is where they can really take control of this game. If they can get a good return here and get it back in the end zone, like you just said, that's going to make it feel like a 4 or 5 touchdown lead for the Cubs.
They've got Logan Toms back deep. Corbin came shooting through.
Great job by the punter, too, to kind of juke out of the way, then still get off a great punt. So Lucas, still really good field position here. I want to take a look just at the snap and the kick here because he did a great job of avoiding the defender.
Yeah, look at Corbin Toms unblocked. And that little hesitation opens it up. Sometimes you'll see the punter, they'll totally freak out.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll just try to take off and run.
I'll love Michigan State, Michigan that one year.
So the Cubs back to the ground game. Stunning, I know. 2-yard pickup on first down.
About 3 second down Cubs.
3-yard gain on that play.
Toss to Jackson this time. Fighting for some extra inches.
Probably just back to the line of scrimmage, so good job by Hillsdale. Another 3rd and long.
David Parker on the stop for Hillsdale. 3rd down comes from their own 38-yard line.
So 3rd and 6, 7 yards, 6.5, we'll say, for the Cubs.
And this is where they can probably get pretty creative. They're going to bring Grayson in motion. Smolin fakes to him. Hit as he tried to sneak through the hole that time by Owen Sloan. Stops him short, well short, 3 yards to be exact. And so the point unit, coming out.
Hillsdale doing its job, keeping Lucas from using that momentum on the first drive. Vesper back just around his 20-yard line. And it's another nice punt.
And he's able to take it on the hop. Down to the knees. Right after the catch, though. So no return, but it at least eliminates Lucas, backing him up really deep inside of their own zone with the ball hitting and floating down inside of the 20.
So the Falcons, a couple run plays. Got to think they got to get back to the air. They got to get one chunk play out of this drive to really get some momentum back.
Bring a man into the backfield. They're going to fake. Haverstock, he's got an option look. And now he's got 3 orange jerseys all over him, slung down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Lucas read that perfectly. They had one man on the pitch, one on the quarterback, and another one trailing behind in case he reversed field. That's a perfectly executed defensive game plan for that. Only 1 yard gain. And we always talk about the offensive end, running people over, physical, but also Lucas, an educational squad per se. They study, they get their plays, their keys down, and that's why they're able to shut things down like that. That's caught.
Excellent job by Max Vesper of adjusting to the ball in midair. And that's the biggest play so far for the Falcons. It almost looked like it was going to be pass interference on the outside on the offense. I thought that there was a lot of contact there from David Parker. Instead, it's a huge play. And how about the Falcons in business?
40 yards on the play. And there's that chunk play I was saying they needed, and they get it.
Trips to the near side. Haverstock takes and runs straight ahead with Moody. But the gap collapsed. Lenhart, basically the reason why.
Yeah, it was great job filling the gaps there. Really no room to get more than a yard. Brings up 2nd down and long. But Hillsdale in Lucas territory. Once again, trying to answer here before the end of the 3rd.
Yeah, this would be so key, I think, if they're able to get some points. So we're approaching the 2-minute mark. Fake, or actually he does hand it off.
It's hard, both sides. It's hard to see if they keep it or hand it off.
So Jarvis was able to get down to the 26-yard line. But you hear the horn there, like the tornado horn noise that they do at Lucas games. That means it's 3rd down, folks, and a big play for the defense.
It's actually the Purge horn, Brian.
Oh, is that? I haven't seen that movie.
I don't really care to see that movie, but that's what the young kids like these days.
It's Vesper this time, cutting inside, bullies his way.
He got the first
just
down.
Enough, no question. I don't think if he didn't lay the wood there at the end that he was able to get the chain gang back on the move. Needed that extra effort.
Needed 4, they got 5. And once again, Lucas, see if they can bend but not break defensively, or Hillsdale get another big play in the end zone, tie this game up once again. Kind of reminiscent of last year, 14-7, getting late in the game.
Moody backpedaling for the last 3-yard pickup inside of the red zone, so he's got 4 yards and a decent pickup on first down.
And that's something they haven't been able to do on this drive on first down. They've been getting runs of 1 or 0 the last 3 tries. That time, a little extra.
On second down, fake this time.
What a keep. And there's going to be a flock in the back against Hillsdale. So it looked like a great run, but I don't even know if that block was needed. You'll see it down here towards the bottom of your screen. Right here. He was coming down. He didn't even need to push him down. So instead, it's going to be a block in the back and 10 yards the other way.
So a big break for the Cubs as Haverstock juked out everybody. And he was breaking away into the open field. Wasn't going to get into the end zone, but still would have had him set up on the doorstep. And now, much more complicated situation with the 2nd and 9 coming up from the 20.
And they're just going to let the clock run out.
So we are headed to money time. That's right, it's on the way. 4th quarter action. Where else would you rather be than live and free? Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Hit him with it, Ski.
It is money time. That's right, only 12 minutes remaining here in regulation, if that's all we get here tonight. And Haverstock going nowhere. 2 Cubs coming in to make the play. Ty Lenhart helping make the collision downstairs. Got some help up top. 3rd down on the way.
Once again, only a gain of 1. Brings up 3rd down and 8, just inside the 20. Hillsdale in the red zone, but they're going to need a big play here to keep this drive alive.
Cubs lining up basically with no safety help, and they'll bring the pressure. Quick throw, and it's underthrown. Intended for Jarvis.
And Coach Spittler brought the pressure, and it worked that time. Didn't give him enough time to get the throw off. It was a back foot throw because of the pressure, and 4th down decision here for Coach Klein.
Well, the only decision is what play do you run? Obviously, trailing by 7, a field goal doesn't do you a ton of good, I don't think. So how do you go about trying to pick up this 1st down or the touchdown? Haverstock with the play
he has
action.
a man down the seam.
He steps up, pressured, and not gonna get away. Huge play made in the backfield. Lucas, the defense, stands tall, and guess who? It's Lenhart again.
He had a man down in the seam but couldn't see him because of the pressure. And what a tackle, because if he gets out and squares his shoulders up, he probably gets that into the end zone. Instead, Cubs take over. And like I said earlier, bend but not break, Brian.
Last week, Lucas against Clear Fork gave up 298 yards, 227 on the ground. They've been much better so far in this game of not allowing big plays up front. Haven't been gashed quite like the Cubs or the Colts were able to do to them.
So with 11-12 remaining, we've seen Lucas run 11-minute series before. But they have to go back to that 2-3 yards at a time. 1 yard's not going to cut it here on 1st and 10. I mean, I'm looking 8 weeks ahead of time. This is only week 2, but wouldn't it be a great maybe second, third round matchup if these two teams met once again, maybe back here at a neutral site?
Well, I think it's very exciting that they are both now in the same region and that there's the potential for that. And the clock's going to continue to run. Logan Toms did everything he could. Watch this tiptoe move.
And look at the convoy ahead of him, too.
He's like, oh, let me keep in. Yep.
That got him an extra 4 yards. Gave him 8 on the carry. And he's been the star of the second half. 5 carries, 40 yards.
It's a nice 8 yards per carry clip as they go straight ahead here.
That's a first down. Extra effort.
Chain gang doing their job. And the Lucas offense starting to find more of a groove up front.
What's the song with a little help from my friends? He got a lot of help with his friends that time. Gave him an extra 2 yards for the first down. Move the chains, keep that clock running down to 9:30 left.
And for this Lucas offense, it's going to be by committee. They don't really have one person that they give the ball to like we've seen in some years past, like a couple of years ago with Surzo, where they just ran them over and over. We've seen plenty other guys like Jeb Grover that there was a bell cow and you knew that you had to key on one dude. They switch it up so much within this offense that I think it's going to make them more dangerous as the season goes along, because it's like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get. And these running backs aren't going to be as worn out as in years past for Lucas, because like you just said, they're not just running 1 or 2 people. They're running 6 tonight. 6 players have gotten handoffs. And instead of 1 getting 30 carries, if 3 get 10, even that, it's going to help them down the line and allow you to play Lucas Cubs football and wear teams out into the second half. Now, it was a nice job there by Hillsdale to get the no gain, set up a 3rd and long.
We haven't seen very many times tonight where Logan Toms basically bottled up. That time, great contain. And this is one of the 3rd and long situations Coach Klein was hoping that he could get Lucas into, where you can get him in the gun. You don't want him in the wing tee all the time. Get him a bit out of their comfort zone, and the Hillsdale defense coming through, gang tackle at the 41. And it's going to be 4th down. Here comes the punt unit.
So, yeah, 1 good first down by the Cubs. But other than that, Hillsdale right back at it. Bend but not break. It's 4th down. Now Lucas going to have to punt. Hillsdale will get another shot at this with about 7 minutes left after this kick is away.
Nice snap. Great looking.
Huge kick.
Spiraling punt. And that's going to
wow.
lie dead at the 8-yard line. So great job by the kicking team.
Just watch this roll. Nobody back. Hillsdale instead thinking he's going to – actually, they're thinking he was going to muff it again. They played about 20 yards off the ball, and instead he says that, okay, I'll kick this as hard as I can. Gets it inside the 10. Now Hillsdale going to have to go 90-plus to try and tie this up with only 7:30 left.
Good look at Tyler Eisman the athletic director for the Cubs, down on the sideline.
Him and Jess Brokaw did an amazing job getting that game moved here in less than 10 hours.
Haverstock makes one man miss, but not the second. Avoids a loss as he goes over the 10-yard line.
No, actually get about 3 out of it. Once again, faked me out. I thought they gave it to the up back.
Both of these quarterbacks, they do a great job in the backfield of not tipping their hand of where the football is going to go.
And just like week 1, Clear Fork, Lucas Hillsdale, 2 teams that I think have a chance of doing something special this season.
Back to throw all the way, comes near side, got a completion.
Broke a tackle.
Broke a couple of tackles, and that's Parker. First down for the Falcons, just what they needed. Another look here on the Park National Bank replay. It looked like he was going to be dead to rights, maybe a 4-yard gain. Nice leg drive, and anytime you break the first tackle, it usually leads to nice gains. That time, a fresh set of downs.
He's going to look deep. Oh, that's a nice ball.
And Vickus.
He got it. He got it. Second time this year I used that, Brian, but that's worth it. What a catch. Wow.
So a nice job of sucking up the secondary with that initial ball fake, and then that's just all Jack Vickus, because the coverage there by Logan Toms, look at the expression. He's like, my goodness, that's white on rice, face-to-face, mano-a-mano, and Jack on the attack just made it happen a little better.
Hey, you rhymed there.
I don't know if you know, but I have an emerging underground hip-hop career that might be forming after tonight.
If you watch the district semifinal game with East Knox in it, we do a very good rap coming out of the halftime. So just, you know, maybe want to watch that coming back.
Yeah, stay tuned, folks. Could be potential for a lot more on the horizon. Maybe Snoop will blow up my line or something tonight.
Kind of need you here, though, Ski. I mean,
and it looks like Falcons probably going to need Braylon Davis to shake off whatever ailment he's got right there, as we're closing in on the championship minutes here. 5:15 to go. Second down, Falcons on the move.
Ball's on the ground. Huge mistake. Just a bad snap.
Got to give credit to Vesper for seeing it right away, just falling on top of it. Sometimes if you can scoop those up and you can run around, you can get some of the yardage back, but typically playing it safe is the best motion.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just maintain the ball. And they're not that far backed up. Yeah, it's 3rd and 17, but this is 4-down territory, buddy. You're going in for the game-tying score here.
Well, and Haverstock already has 2 passes of 40 yards or more in this half alone.
Looking for one again here down the seam, this time 5 yards too far for Fickus.
And you want to know why, Brian? Pressure off the end once again. An untouched defensive end forces the early throw that if he had another second, that's probably a catch. Another underrated aspect of this Lucas Cubs defense, doing the small things. You don't have to get to the quarterback, you just have to rush him. And that's, I think, the 4th time tonight that they've done that.
It was Grayson Jackson releasing off the edge to create that pressure. And the offense
could very well be for the game.
There. Haverstock chucks it up. He's got a man and a catch. How about it? Jarvis, who stepped off the field just a couple of plays ago, able to return the action, and boy, did they need him.
Unreal. He underthrew it, and sometimes that's the best pass to throw, especially deep, because the wide receiver can adjust. 26 yards.
So inside the red zone, Haverstock does hand it off. Vesper catches the edge, but not for long. Cut down before he could pick up much by Corbin Toms.
And again, Lucas staying in their lanes, running him outside, then making the tackle. No gain. Coming up on 3:30 left. Nearly a carbon copy of last year, only Hillsdale hit the extra point, their first score.
Oh, wow, right through the fingertips of the defender. Toms can't believe it. He's normally such a sure-handed kid. Obviously so great on the basketball floor, cutting in traffic and making those awesome catches. This time,
I think he was a little surprised. He's looking at the receiver for a second, then looked up and thought, oh, shoot, that's coming right at me.
So it keeps the pulse alive for Hillsdale.
At least get 5 yards out of this play. 5 or more. I mean, they've risked it a couple times with Gamble's 4th and long. Let's at least see if they can set up a 4th and manageable, or if they can't get the first down. And it looks like they're going for it all right here.
Haverstock weaving, zipping, incomplete. Fickus the intended target. And now they're down to one more play to try to keep this drive.
You got to give it to
alive.
Haverstock. He kept that play alive. It looked like he was going to get sacked 4 or 5 times, and he was able to get the throw off to at least get it to 4th and 10 instead of 4th and 15 or 20 on a sack.
Lucas defense looking to hold firm here, backed up under the goalposts of their own end zone.
What a game. Week 2 and it already feels like week 12. Playoff atmosphere down here in the Colt Corral. Neutral site game. Fans packing both sides of the stands. And we're going to get a timeout. Hillsdale is going to call a timeout. Coach Klein is going to think it over, get the right play call.
Well, clearly he understands that this is significant. With 3:10 to go, you're playing against the Lucas team. That what do? Gobble up the clock real well when they have the football on offense. You had all 3. Burn one. Make sure that you try to get the perfect play in there. And we're going to head to the comment section.
Chris Nicewander, watching the Cubs and the Browns. If the Browns don't shape up by the end of this halftime, this game's moving to the TV. Did it? That was 50 minutes ago. Chris, did you move to the TV? Because I know my Steelers should be still watching. Anyway, Lee Cook, let's stop them Cub defense. They're one play away. Going to give a donation update before the game is over? Yes, we will, Lee. Actually,
yeah,
I have it up
here
here.
in a sec.
Let me look. Anyway, we'll give an update here in a second. Howie Dent watching from Anderson, South Carolina. Hello, Howie. Robert Daly. Come on, Lucas. Put these guys away. Morgan Spittler goes squish 77. Love you from Sis. Nice to see you on here, Morgan. Trisha Moore tuned in from Phoenix to watch my nephew go Cubs, number 35. For the game, Brian. Most likely.
Haverstock high snap, can't handle it. But he recovers. He's able to at least get off the pass. And it's not picked off, but Lucas will get the football anyways. Through the fingers of Hunter Church.
And that spelled disaster from the start. Haverstock nearly saved this play, but there was nobody open after the fact. So the Cubs.
Yeah, the Lucas Cubs get the football back. And update for the Fix Bob Wine Field fundraiser. How about $1,220? I was just trying to get $500 for Iceman and Company. You guys came through. Thank you so much. And it's going to be open for the next 7 days. But I am ecstatic that we've at least got that much to be able to give to Taylor.
You guys are awesome. You people are absolutely awesome. And we're going to get a timeout from Hillsdale.
Ain't no fans like OH Report fans, the most dedicated, best in the industry. Always grateful for the 5-star rating that we have on Facebook. And, hey, if you love us and what we bring to the table, please do give us a review, a sparkling 5-star review if that's how you feel about us.
And you know what? There's a lot of bad in the world, even the thing that happened with the field, but it's always nice to see people just rally around strangers coming up and helping out for a good cause. Gives you faith in life, right?
Well, we're not strangers. We're all part of a big OH Report family
Absolutely.
here, Travis. So.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, this is not the first time that a community has come to help the Lucas Cubs.
Good point.
Riley Gossam, they did the charity game for him. How much were we able to raise? Were you able to raise for him? You fans out there?
That was amazing. I think $6,000 was the check that I got to give to Riley. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that. That was a really fun, special moment.
And
for
Riley
me.
now back. He's at Heidelberg playing basketball, but it helped him out a lot. And he was able to get back out there and at least continue his career in basketball for the time. And it's just it's awesome.
And he's watching his brother right now probably put himself in the MVP conversation, that being Logan Toms. Didn't have anywhere to go that time, but still
able to get a yard.
Turned what should have been a loss into a minimal gain, and it'll be 3rd down, 9 on the way here for Lucas. And just a hugely critical play for this Falcons D.
Chris, yes, the Browns got kicked off the big screen. Go Cubs.
Hey, it's just preseason anyways.
Yeah, right, Brian? Yeah. Jeremy Gerhardt, let's go Falcons. Hey, it's still in it. You get a stop here, force a punt, never know.
I was actually offered some free club seats to the Browns game tonight, and I said, you know what? I'd rather watch Cubs in Hillsdale. Put me to work instead of putting me in the seats to watch some preseason
A really good
Browns.
high school football game, much better than any NFL preseason game out there. That's my opinion.
So Lucas gives it to Smolin, quarterback keeper, student body right all the way. No more timeouts, of course, for Hillsdale.
Yeah, they used that timeout before the 4th down play, so this will get down to 2 minutes before they punt it away. And you think maybe Coach Spittler will run it all the way down and call a timeout. So 2 minutes, 2-minute drill time for Hillsdale, and now they do have a receiver to get back for this punt because last time they only had one up 20 yards and it went about 50.
It's going to be Vesber, the man back. He had a touchdown run last week. Hasn't been involved as much as I was expecting here tonight from all that I have read and heard about him.
Cubs are going to get a timeout with 2:01 left in the game. Tell your friends, tell your family, get on the OH Report right now. We got a great finish coming up here.
Ain't no time quite like money time. This is the most exciting part always of our broadcasts, which are brought to you live and free always thanks to people like Kelly's Dairy Bar and Miniature Golf. For affordable family fun, visit Kelly's in Mansfield. They offer miniature golf, a driving range, and a full menu dairy bar.
Great milkshakes.
Clips and Cuts, quality lawn care, tree trimming, pruning, and snow removal for the greater Ashland area. Follow them on Facebook by checking out the link below. Simonson Construction, from concept to completion, they can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Mechanics Bank, that's better. ArcelorMittal, smarter stills for people and the planet. Park National Bank, where you mean more. And Ohio Valley Manufacturing, heavy gauge stamping and precision blanking services. Hiring right now.
Oh, Hillsdale only got the block.
And it's
they
going
got
to
a
take
good bounce.
A very favorable Falcon bounce. Sucker went 7 yards backwards. So this is it. Jake Haverstock, will you be nimble and quick and part of our keys? Lead the Falcons down to what is an eerily similar game that we had just a season ago, where it was 14-6, and then they drove down, they scored, and they needed the 2-point conversion to tie. But courtesy of a Corbin Toms breakup, Lucas would hold on to win.
Now remember, 1st down stops the clock till they move the chains, just like college. So no timeouts, but you can still use the whole field if you get 10 yards.
Ooh,
big hit, and he caught it too.
Upended.
But they got to hurry up here. Can't show you a replay because they're going to be running so quick. Now we got a stoppage and play for a hurt Cub.
Yeah, Zach Dill, who came up and made that stop, felt the brunt of it. Show it to you one more time on the Park National Bank replay. That was just a brutal collision.
They're getting clean, but, you know, maybe used his helmet just a little bit there and got his bell rung. No, he's
it looks
getting
like
stretched
he's
out, maybe a
cramping.
cramp. So that's a good sight to see at least. And he's up and walking off, so that's a great sight.
And it gives Hillsdale a chance to kind of recollect themselves, talk things over in the huddle, and decide how they're going to go about attacking this Lucas defense in the secondary. All those veterans out there, they've been so great so far, really through 2 weeks. I got to give them a ton of love. Last week, of the 298 yards that they gave up, 227 on the ground. So this has truly been one of those no-fly zone type of secondaries for the Cubs, who got some pressure coming.
Ooh.
And Vesper just can't finagle that one into his mitts, and it's quickly third down.
Just out of the grasp. He had time that time, but just tried to thread the needle, unable to. It's third down. 89 seconds left. Lucas trying to hold on to avoid 0-2, or at least overtime.
Two receivers to each side. Haverstock looking right all the way. Crispy route and a completion. It'll be short, but it's going to set up a fourth down and very manageable situation.
So a 5-yard completion over there to Fickus. 4th and 1 coming up.
Now you can say,
yeah, now
this is for the game.
Exactly. Fourth and a long one, too. Got it. Got plenty. 3 yards on the keeper.
Bo Moody just pushing straight ahead that time. Haverstock in behind the blocking. An outstretched Vesper can't corral it. So second down, no time really coming off the clock though. Still a $1:05 to go.
I think it's a good thing that he didn't catch that. It's only a 2-yard gain and would have kept him in bounds. 36 yards to possibly a tie, or Lucas getting into the win column in 2022. The winner of this game gonna get some playoff points by the end of the year out of this. Just like I said with Clear Fork last week.
Haverstock rolls left, has to come back right, shakes off one guy, and too far for Fickus. His favorite target so far this evening. And we've got a third down.
And again, Haverstock able to avoid the pressure enough to get the ball off, because there's 2 or 3 times he could have been sacked. 3rd and 10.
All shaken down to this, folks. Sub 1 minute to go.
Press coverage, the Lucas corners.
He's going for it all to the end zone. Vesper
Oh
Johnson,
my
he caught
goodness!
the football.
Are you kidding me?
36-yard touchdown connection, and that's what we were expecting from 14.
Wow! Wow! Perfect ball. And that's what happens when he gets time in the pocket. He's able to throw those. He hasn't had many chances, but when he has 42 yards, 40 yards, 28 yards, 36 yards, and 2 of them were the touchdowns. Now we're an extra point away from a tie game.
A.J. Brown in a huge spot here, the freshman kicker.
Wide right!
He missed it. Unbelievable. Lucas having some deja vu feelings
Oh, my.
as Hillsdale, for the second straight year, scores what should be potentially the game-tying touchdown. But then the PA try. No bueno.
Wow. Oh, that hurts. It looked like a good snap. Let's just look at it again. We have time. Good snap. Hold was down. It's just he kicked through the left side of it. Didn't get his foot completely around.
Did I mention that's a freshman?
Oh, you got to feel for the kid, though. Pressure situation. And now Lucas, all they have to do is field the kickoff. Probably going to be an onside attempt, but just field the
Probably.
kickoff.
What do you mean probably?
Probably going to be an onside kick, yeah. Hey, who knows the way this game's been going. But, yeah, field the kick, then you're in victory formation.
So the hands team out for the Cubs. Everyone's lined up basically at midfield or the 45.
Unbelievable game tonight. You hate to see a loser out of this one. But this is a sport. There's always got to be a loser.
So the kick squib to the right side. Lucas handles, and the Cubs going to get that first check mark in the W column in 2022.
The greatest formation in football coming up here, Ski. Victory formation.
Just a crazy fun finish here. Unless you're a Falcons fan, you're probably a little bit sick to your stomach thinking about last year and now this year. It's all so eerily similar.
Once again came down to the point after try. They're going to have to snap another one. So we're not quite done here at the corral, but whew, that was fun.
We're far from done. We'll still have the Kelly's Dairy Bar
Absolutely.
Miniature Golf postgame coming up, which will include an interview with our player of the game presented by ArcelorMittal. And for me and Travis, we kind of feel like Logan Toms should be that guy, but we want to hear from you, the fans. Drop us some comments, and we'll definitely take them into consideration. The winner of that MVP will join me for a post-game interview as the handshake line starting to form here at the Colt Corral. Lucas, a 14-13 winner, back-to-back seasons that they have defeated the Falcons in the exact same fashion.
What a game. What a game. That's all I can say.
Fun night of football, and it's still not over. Keep it here. The post-game show rolls along when we welcome you back here to Belleville.
Live and free.
Exclusively on the OH Report.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
What's up, America? Brian Skowronski here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
Well, it's deja vu all over again. Back-to-back years in the meeting between the Cubs and Falcons that came down basically to a PAT attempt by Hillsdale to try to tie the game. And a kick that's held just wide right by a freshman kicker gives Lucas their first win of the season. Brian Skowronski here alongside Travis Berardi on what was a very thrilling game and finish. As you see Coach Spittler talking to his boys, who have got to be just ecstatic about getting a huge win here tonight. And they did it in the second half with the running attack, as we thought, just be yourself. And then also the defense came up big when they needed to in critical situations.
Absolutely, and we'll look in the stats at the passing tonight from Haverstock, but the pressure, especially on the outside, was the difference. Haverstock was able to get off a few throws like that. The 2 touchdown passes he had, he was able to get square, stay in the pocket. But he had multiple other opportunities to throw touchdown passes, but was unable to because that defense was able to get through the line, or not even touched, and get to him and throw him off just enough that he was unable to make the plays. Because if that doesn't happen, Hillsdale might win this by 2 touchdowns.
So you give credit to the guys up front that provided so much pressure throughout the night. Hawkinsmith, certainly he was a monster at the nose tackle. Cottle came in, definitely gave some big minutes along with Spittler. So a lot of guys, a lot of names along the defensive front. They cycled in about 5-6 different people that helped combine to make Haverstock's life uncomfortable in the backfield throughout the night, and that's exactly what they did. Let's go ahead and take a look at the final stats presented by Kelly's Dairy Bar and Miniature Golf.
Great shakes.
And you see, not a lot of total yards for Lucas.
That's normal, though, because they only have 5 drives.
They don't need them. If they can grind out offensive possessions like they were able to tonight, and then limit some of the big plays, which Hillsdale, they were able to deliver some explosive plays, but not ones that ended in touchdowns, Trev.
No, but, Lucas Cubs football, we've said this 35 times throughout, RPO, run people over. If you get 4-5 yards out of a play, you can get, you can get the pay dirt if you just continue to move the ball and, get towards the end zone. And then defensively, if you can get 1 or 2 scores against the Cubs, that's probably all you're going to get. And with Lucas running the ball, they get 3 or 4. It feels like, a 2-score lead feels like a 4-score lead, but that's Lucas Cubs football for you.
And they win the turnover battle as well, coming up with that takeaway. So they get to 500 on the season, and with Hillsdale, again, moving into the same region as them, this is a crucial head-to-head victory and some nice playoff points, of course, for the Cubs. And leading them tonight, our MVP of the game is going to be joining us right now. We now return with our player of the game presented by ArcelorMittal, and it is none other than Logan Toms. There we go. There's my guy. All right, man, let's talk about that second half. So much fun to watch you run physical. It looked like you were initiating the contacts. You were seeking out dudes at the next level. Take us through your eyes when you're running the football and you get to that next level. Are you just looking to bruise up some of the linebackers in secondary?
I feel like it's my job to do that because our offensive line works their butt off, making holes, and they get no credit. So I feel like, my job is to run as hard as I can and run behind my pads.
Let's talk about that offensive line. You graduated everybody that started from a season ago, so all new bodies up front for you. The development so far leading into week 2, what have you seen in terms of the change from kids that have not had the varsity experience to now?
I see a lot of growth and a lot of potential. It's hard to bring a whole new line in and, start a new year, but, I have confidence in those guys. They work their butts off, and I'm thankful for them.
And for you, you're the bruising back. You said that's kind of your job to give some of the thankless guys their credit. But you have 3, 4, 5 different running backs that can touch the ball at any given time. So that collection of guys, how much do you think that strikes fear in the defense? But maybe your brother could be touching the ball. Maybe Grayson can be getting the ball. You just never know.
It's definitely awesome to have that many assets on offense because, it keeps the defense on their toes. But, yeah, it's nice to play with those guys.
I think the biggest thing that you bring to the football field in terms of a lot of people back is in that secondary. You guys are a special group. How does it feel out there in terms of the communication and when you're playing, flying around, making plays? It just seems from watching up here that you guys have a great connection with one another.
I mean, it's awesome. I play with my brother pretty much my whole life, so we have that, we play better together. But we faced a lot of adversity in the second half, and that's something we need to, push through and work harder in practice so we don't give up those big plays like we did tonight.
Well, you beat Hillsdale last year, basically the exact same situation. How weird did it feel out on the field? Was it like, man, this is deja vu?
Yeah, it was a little strange because it pretty much was the same exact ending. It came down to the final play. We just needed to learn how to finish a game. We didn't do a very good job tonight, but, that comes with experience and learning. So we just got to learn how to finish games better going forward.
And finally for you, obviously you were lost for basically the bulk of the football season last year. Being back out there and being such a big part, Just what's the internal feeling for you? Because I know that they were going to count on you as a sophomore. Now you're older, wiser, better, stronger, and you're getting the job done.
I mean, it's awesome. I missed football last year, pretty much around 10 games, and, you know, it was terrible. I didn't realize how much I love football until I got hurt. So it's just awesome. I can't take it for granted because, you know, I don't know how many games I have this season. I just got to, you know, be thankful for every game and work as hard as I can.
Were you guys playing with a little bit of a chip on your shoulders tonight, given what happened to Bob Weinfeld?
Yeah, we definitely took that one hard. You know, we hate one, we expect to win, and two, you know, we kind of gave it away. So, you know, we just our goal is to go 1-0 every week, and that's what we try to do this week.
Yeah, you made it happen here tonight. Great performance by our MVP, Logan Toms. Look into that camera. Anybody who might be watching, we had a great audience from all over the country. Give a shout-out to anybody that you might want.
My shout-out goes to, well, I got a couple. My family, our coaches, my team, and then Andrew Eisman.
All right, so there it is with our MVP, Logan Toms, presented by ArcelorMittal. Thank you so much for the time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Great interview. Always fun to have you on.
Thank you.
So there is our final score, 14-13. Logan Toms showing out tonight for the Cubs. Dominating running by him in the second half. There's no question that he's the guy that they're looking to turn out some big, strong yardage. Thanks, Logan.
Yeah, and you know what? An emotional victory for Lucas after the crap that happened last night. They were able to I could say something else, but we'd probably get in trouble for it. But, you know, for them to, you know, regroup, have a home game here at Clear Fork pretty much on the road, on the turf, but still able to pull out the victory. And on the other side for Hillsdale, what an effort. I mean, this is a good football team in Hillsdale. Like I said during the game, whoever wins this is going to get some good bonus points throughout the season because of this victory. So, you know what? The great win for the Cubs in Hillsdale. They're still going to be in good shape going on.
And we hope Bob Weinfeld will be in good shape here in the next couple of weeks. One more big thank you to everybody who contributed. I'm seeing a lot of people donated $1,485.
Wow, almost 3 times?
I just wanted $500. You people are unbelievable. Appreciate every contribution from every single person. Let's get Bob Weinfeld back up to the amazing place that we know it to be.
So the Cubs next Friday at 0-2 Winford. The Falcons next Friday at 1-1 Loudonville. That's a big rivalry game for Hillsdale. Loudonville now in the KMAC, one of those KMAC squads, but Loudonville defeating Utica to get the 1-1. So good luck to both these squads. And also Monday, we'll be back at it with the OH.REPORT podcast.
Yeah, you want to know the top play of the week as well as the Friday Night Phenom from week 2? Tune in live. Well, excuse me, no, just the nominees from week 2. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So we'll have all the nominees for both of those. And then Friday night on the Pigskin, that is where we will get the winners because we got to give you the options first, and then you, the people of North Central Ohio and the World Wide Web, decide who's the best of the best. All right, that's going to wrap up our coverage here tonight from a beautiful, stunning Clear Fork Valley. One more thank you to Jess Brokaw for coming together with Taylor Eisman and helping make this game happen on such short notice. I want to also thank all of our generous sponsors, including Kelly's Dairy Bar and Miniature Golf, Ohio Valley Manufacturing, ArcelorMittal, Park National Bank, Mechanics Bank, Simonson Construction, and Clips and Cuts. Big thank you to our crew, Jory Hollenbeck, doing the sideline camera work tonight. Also brought Logan up here, made the hike into our booth. Storm Blunchley on our top cam. And for Travis Berardi, I'm Brian Skowronski. Thanks for watching. One more week of high school football in the books, and we'll be back better than ever next week. So long for now.
See ya.